You do not always miss the person. Sometimes, you miss the version of them that existed only inside your mind. The person you believed they could become. The future you imagined you would share. The promises you thought their silence contained. And the love you kept waiting for them to finally give you. That is why letting go can feel so painful. You are not only losing someone, you are losing an entire world you created around them. A world that may never have been real. You did not know everything about them. You saw fragments, a smile, a kind message, a vulnerable story, a moment of attention that made you feel seen. Your mind took those fragments and began filling in the missing spaces. You imagined depth where there was mystery. You imagined loyalty where there was only potential. You imagined emotional safety because you desperately wanted to feel safe. And without realizing it, you stopped seeing the person in front of you. You began seeing the person you hoped they were. This is how idealization begins. Not through stupidity, not through weakness, but through imagination. The human mind does not like empty spaces. When information is missing, it creates explanations. When someone is distant, you tell yourself they are afraid of intimacy. When they are inconsistent, you tell yourself they are confused. When they hurt you, you tell yourself they are wounded. When they disappear, you tell yourself they will return once they understand your value. You create reasons, you create excuses, you create a story that protects the image you have built, because accepting the truth would destroy the fantasy. And sometimes, the fantasy feels safer than reality. Reality may tell you that they do not choose you. The fantasy tells you they are simply not ready. Reality may tell you that their actions are clear. The fantasy tells you their hidden feelings are deeper than their behavior. Reality may tell you that the relationship is one-sided. The fantasy tells you that patience will eventually be rewarded. So you wait, you forgive, you explain, you keep giving chances to a future version of them, while the present version keeps disappointing you. This is where emotional suffering becomes complicated. You are no longer attached only to the person. You are attached to the possibility. You are attached to who they might become. You are attached to the relationship that could exist if only they healed, if only they communicated, if only they changed, if only they finally understood you. But potential is not a promise. Someone's capacity to become better does not mean they will. Someone's hidden softness does not erase their repeated cruelty. Someone's difficult past does not make you responsible for tolerating their behavior. You can understand why someone hurts you and still decide that the pain is unacceptable. Understanding is not the same as excusing. Compassion is not the same as self-abandonment. And love is not supposed to require you to ignore reality. But reality is often difficult to accept, because reality forces you to grieve not only what happened, but what will never happen. You must grieve the apology you may never receive, the version of them who never arrived, the future conversations you imagined, the peaceful relationship you kept trying to create. Alone, you must grieve the person you were waiting for, even though that person never truly existed. This is why you may continue missing someone who treated you poorly. Your mind does not replay only the pain. It replays the rare moments of warmth, the late-night conversations, the sudden affection, the promises, the moments when they became exactly who you wanted them to be. Those moments felt like proof. Proof that the person you imagined was real. Proof that the relationship could work. Proof that you were not wasting your time. But inconsistency can create powerful attachment. When affection is unpredictable, every small moment of love feels more valuable. You begin chasing the next good moment. You tolerate 10 painful experiences because one beautiful experience convinces you that everything can change. And slowly, you become loyal to a pattern that is destroying you. You do not ask whether the relationship is healthy. You ask whether the good version of them will return. You do not ask whether you feel safe. You ask whether they still care. You do not ask whether their behavior is acceptable. You ask whether you are being too sensitive. This is what happens when fantasy becomes stronger than self-respect. You begin negotiating against yourself. You lower your standards. You silence your needs. You accept confusion as complexity. You accept inconsistency as emotional struggle. You accept distance as independence. And every time reality becomes painful, you escape back into the version of them inside your mind. But the person inside your mind never interrupts you. They never disappoint you. They always understand. Eventually, they always return with the perfect explanation. They always become better in the final chapter. Real people are different. Real people reveal themselves through patterns, not promises, not potential, not isolated moments. Patterns. How do they behave when they are angry? How do they respond when you express pain? Do their actions match their words? Do they take responsibility? Do they respect your boundaries? Do you feel calm around them, or are you always trying to decode them? The truth of a person is rarely hidden. It is repeated. The problem is that you may not want to believe what is being repeated because believing it means letting go, and letting go means admitting that love was not enough. It means accepting that you cannot love someone into becoming emotionally available. You cannot explain your pain so perfectly that they suddenly develop empathy. You cannot sacrifice enough to make someone value what they repeatedly take for granted. You cannot build a healthy relationship with someone who only participates when they fear losing you. At some point, you must stop asking, "How can I make this work?" and begin asking, "What is this relationship doing to me?" Is it making you smaller, more anxious, more confused? Are you constantly proving your worth? Are you afraid that one honest conversation will make them leave? Do you feel loved? Or do you only feel relief when they stop withdrawing? These questions are uncomfortable, but they are more useful than asking whether they have hidden feelings for you, because hidden feelings cannot build a relationship. Unspoken love cannot create emotional safety. Potential cannot replace consistency, and intention cannot erase impact. Maybe they cared about you. Maybe they were wounded. Maybe they did the best they could with the awareness they had, but their best may still have been harmful to you. You do not need to turn them into a monster in order to leave. You do not need to prove that they never loved you. You only need to recognize that the relationship was not giving you what you needed. Sometimes two truths can exist together. They may have cared, and they may have hurt you. They may have had good qualities, and they may have been incapable of loving you in a healthy way. You may still miss them, and you may still need to stay away. Healing does not require hatred. It requires clarity. Clarity is the moment you stop judging the relationship by its best moments and begin judging it by its repeated reality. Clarity is seeing the person as they are, not as they could be, not as they were in the beginning, not as they become when they fear losing you, but as they consistently choose to be. This is the painful end of idealization. The image begins to break. The excuses stop working. The memories lose some of their magic, and you realize that much of what you were holding on to was created by hope. At first, this realization can feel empty. You may feel foolish. You may question your judgment. You may wonder how you ignored so much. Do not punish yourself. You saw what you were emotionally ready to see. You believed what helped you survive the uncertainty. You created meaning because the truth felt too painful at the time. But now, you can choose differently. You can stop confusing anxiety with passion. You can stop confusing unpredictability with mystery. You can stop confusing emotional intensity with emotional intimacy. Healthy love does not force you to live in constant interpretation. It does not make you beg for basic clarity. It does not require you to abandon yourself in order to keep another person. Healthy love may not always feel dramatic. It may feel quiet, consistent, predictable, safe, and if chaos has become familiar to you, safety may feel boring at first. But boredom is not always absence of love. Sometimes it is the absence of fear. So when you miss them, pause. Ask yourself, do I miss who they consistently were? Or do I miss who I believed they would become? Do you miss the relationship? Or do you miss the hope? Do you miss their presence? Or do you miss the relief you felt when they temporarily gave you attention? Do you miss them? Or do you miss the version of yourself who believed everything would eventually work out? Your answer may hurt, but pain with truth is cleaner than comfort built on illusion. You cannot heal while continuing to protect the fantasy. You must allow the imagined version of them to disappear. You must let their actions speak louder than your hopes. You must stop rewriting their behavior into something easier to accept. And slowly, you will begin to miss them less. Not because the memories disappear, but because reality becomes stronger than imagination. You begin to understand that losing someone who could not meet you fully is not the same as losing the love of your life. Sometimes you are not grieving your perfect person. You are grieving your perfect projection. And the moment you finally see the difference, you stop waiting for them to become someone else. You stop asking them to complete the story you created. You stop chasing closure from the person who caused the confusion. You begin giving closure to yourself. You say, I accept what happened. I accept what they showed me. I accept that potential is not reality. I accept that I cannot build a future with an imagined version of someone. And then you return to yourself, to the needs you ignored, the boundaries you abandoned, the peace you sacrificed, the life that continued waiting while you waited for them. You do not need to erase the love. You only need to stop allowing it to erase you. Because the day you stop romanticizing someone is not the day you become cold. It is the day you become honest. And honesty may break the illusion, but it also sets you free.